In this lesson, we are going to be covering parallel and perpendicular lines. We're going to define them and then try to prove that two lines are either parallel or they're perpendicular. So the first thing we're going to cover is what are parallel lines. They're basically lines that never meet. So train tracks are an example, or the edges of a ruler are another example. And so that means that parallel lines have to have the same gradient. If they're not going to meet, they have the same steepness. So an example of showing that two lines are parallel, we have two equations here, but one of them is not in the form y equals mx plus c. So we need to rearrange it. So I'm going to move the 36 over by taking it away from both sides. Then I'm going to add 12x to both sides to move it across, and then finally divide everything by 6. So you get an equation of y equals 2x minus 6. And then if you compare the gradients, both gradients are 2. Therefore, these two lines are parallel. What are perpendicular lines? Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect at a 90-degree angle. So to prove that two lines are perpendicular, if you multiply the gradients together, you should get an answer of -1. If you do, you have perpendicular lines. If they don't, they're not perpendicular. So in this example, we don't have to rearrange any of these equations because they both are in the form y equals mx plus c. So take the two gradients and multiply them together, so 2 and minus 12, and you do get an answer of -1 when you multiply them. Therefore, these lines are perpendicular.